Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, codename Agent Danger. And check it out, man. For this video, I just wanted to give you guys a first look at the 5.7 beta that was provided to me by Netmarble and the Marvel Future Fight team. Now, keep in mind, this update is not yet live globally, so you don't have to hit me up asking how I have the game before you. This is just a test build on a test server that was sent to a couple people in the community to showcase to you guys what characters, content, and uniform we will be getting in the next few days. The update should be going live for everyone on January 7th, so keep a lookout for that. However, before then, we'll be giving you guys bits and pieces of what you have to look forward to. Now, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind anything you see here is subject to change when the update goes live. So if characters look really bad, keep in mind the Future Fight team can see the feedback from the community and decide to buff a character, or maybe they just plan to do it from the get-go because what they sent to us is actually not the complete build. And keep in mind, if characters look really OP, they can also nerf them, scale them back, and bring them down to a weaker power level. That being said, not even gonna lie, my guy War Tiger out here looking like a beast, and I can't wait to get him on my own account. You dig? Now, you can always tell when I'm playing on my own account by looking at the top bar where it says energy. My energy will never be this high. So you never have to wonder which account I'm playing on. Just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's get down to business. I'm gonna keep this video as short as possible, and I want to give you guys some key notes here, right, in regards to the new characters and the new uniforms. I'm gonna be going through their leadership, their skill effects, and all that good stuff. We'll take a look at gameplay, iframes, immunity, and all that good stuff in action in a follow-up video, so stay tuned for that. However, in case you missed my last video, here is confirmation that what I said is indeed true. Remember, in my last video, I talked to you guys about clearing the story missions to make sure that you get Odin, Blue Marvel, and the free CTP of energy, because they may actually be going with the changes that are being implemented to story missions. And here is your confirmation, ladies and gentlemen. Odin. First up, let's take a look at how you acquire Odin with the 5.7 update. You can see for yourself, character can be purchased in the shop, which means if you didn't have Odin previously, they're more than likely going to send him to your inventory with the drop of 5.7 if you've been playing the game before, just like they did for Dormammu. However, for everyone who comes to the game after this point, they're probably going to have to purchase him from the shop for crystals, just like new players have to do for Dormammu. So make sure you unlock Odin before then. Don't take a chance of them not sending him to you, right? Because unlocking him from story missions is free, whereas paying crystals, even though you can get crystals for free, that's not 100% free. You dig? So that being said, let's actually go take a look at Blue Marvel as well. I'm not going to show you guys the store because one, he's not in the store, and two, there are other things in the store that I'm not 100% certain I'm allowed to show just yet, right? So I don't want to step on the toes of the people who are allowing me to give you guys content early. So just keep that in mind. I need to be respectful at the same time, okay? Then we have Blue Marvel, and just like with Blue Marvel, you can see before it said you could get him from chapter 13 in addition to the processor. Now it simply says you can get him from the processor. Go look at your version of the game, 5.6. You'll see that it says that, and I'll just throw up an image on screen for you right here. So immediately, if you didn't have Blue Marvel, go get him, because they might send you some additional biometrics for the character or a 6-star version of him. If you already had him at 6 stars and you were grinding the processor to get him, they might send you some bios, and that will like fast track you to tier 2. Okay, he's not in the shop. You cannot buy him for crystals. I checked, he may be in there after the update goes live, but for now he's not in there for crystals. He's in there for cash, just like he is when the 5.6. okay, Next thing we got to talk about is the new characters. There are other things. Actually, you know what? Let's leave the new characters for last. You guys may be wondering what this exclamation mark at the top here is. It is basically just the Shield Academy. It is back with some new challenges to give you some more free crystals from playing the game. So shout out to the Future Fight team for doing that. And if you click on it, it will just take you directly where you need to go. This is amazing. This is a feature that I seen in KOF, and I'm happy that it finally made it into Future Fight. There's some other features over there in KOF that I'd like to see in Future Fight, but we'll leave that for a future video. Anyways, next thing you guys are probably concerned about is in regards to the new material, Awakening Crystal. You can see it is now a part of the daily drops. I haven't checked if it is 100% guarantee just yet to get these crystals. However, it is here as a drop, and if it is your boss of the day, you can see for yourself, chances are boosted, right? You can see. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's a constant drop, and if it is, how much of it or how many of these crystals you are going to get. Because, check this out. Let's take a look at her skills here, and you will see that you actually need these crystals after you unlock the skill. You need it to level up the skill. I'm going to be doing a little bit of testing to see if you level up the skill on one character, if it's level 6 on all of the characters, because that was something that Cage mentioned in the live stream. He said if you unlock the 6th skill here for the Warriors of the Sky on one character, it will be on all of them. However, this was pre-unlocked for me, so I cannot test it. Okay, I cannot test it by going back and unlocking it on her and seeing if it pops up on the other characters. So I'm gonna have to wait until I get my hands on them in the actual live server. So let's take a look at her. You can see she is completely poison based, and you may also notice something here that the passives for certain characters get placed at the top. Let's actually check this out. Look at this. I know you guys want to know. Yeah, sad life. Even though they went and they created a full poison based character, and Dr. Voodoo is a poison character, it is not listed here, right? And some of the characters in the game, their skills are shuffled around in a weird way. Like for example, Captain America in his regular uniform. I noticed early on when I was structuring these teams that if you take a look at his skills, the one skill is not at the top where it should be. It's actually at the bottom here in front of the 5th skill, right? So it's a test server, so I expect there to be mistakes. Hopefully this is not in the live build, but ultimately it's not really like a big deal. It's just a visual thing, and order would be nice. You can also see for Captain America, both of his passives are actually listed at the top here. I'm not sure if it's something that happens when a character unlocks their tier 3. It automatically aligns all the skills that do not need to be leveled in one straight line there at the top. I kind of like it. I don't mind it. However, let's get back to the new characters. We'll take a look at their leadership and their effects, and then we'll come back to the uniforms, because I know most of you guys don't necessarily care for these uniforms, because if anything, they're simply trophies, right? So let's go back to my lady here. And yeah, this little border around her icon there, it looks really nice, not even gonna lie. So we have the Venomous Roar, and it gives immunity to all damage for 1 second. Presumably it is refreshing. 1 second seems really bad, but we'll just have to wait and see. Then we have our tier 2 passive, increases guaranteed dodge by 30% and a 90% chance to be immune to poison. I think it should be 100%. Just saying, because that's how they sold her, but it is what it is. 90% is pretty much 100%, but still. Anyways, next up we have, oh, also there's some increase to her poison damage there. 1 skill, you can move while you're using it. That's pretty cool. Then we have the 2 skill, nothing listed here. 3 skill, resets the cooldown of her 1 skill. So that's actually pretty cool. Poison damage there. Unfortunately, doesn't apply in World Boss. Sad life. And then we have her 4-star passive. So unlike with Captain America, it is not listed at the top here. So it's an interesting thing there. Maybe, like I said, it's when they get to tier 3, then that happens. However, her her 4-star passive is pretty nice, right? Applies to Warriors of the Sky allies, 50% increase of all defense, and decreases all damage received by 25%. That is really good team synergy right there. Pretty awesome. Then we have poison damage here. It doesn't apply on World Boss. And then We got immunity here for 5 seconds, plus we have damage accumulation based on damage taken, damage received, right? So that's pretty cool. I really like the animation for this skill. And then we have her leadership. It would have been really, really nice to get a poison damage leadership to go along with her, right? I know she and Green Goblin are the only poison characters in the game right now that I can think of. Actually, Maestro, or is that, yeah, Maestro, the Hulk uniform. He does poison damage, but still, none of those characters besides her are relevant, but it would have been nice to get a poison damage leadership for her. Moving on, we have the Blue Dragon, all her sweetness. Anyway, so you can see right here, this skill is still level 1. However, unlike with Shadow Shell, where this skill is offering immunity, right? This skill is actually doing something completely different, right? I really like this. It synergizes with the character that is using the skill, even though it's basically the same skill, right? That is really, really cool. So lightning resistance here, and it's still at level 1. It requires the same amount of materials to level it up. And you can see the stats are being increased there. We have invincibility, right? At level 2 for, wow. Hold up, let's go back. Let me show you guys what level 2 looks like on her. Removes all debuffs. That's really cool. So it seems as though as you level it up, you get a new pretty amazing effect. It will be interesting to see what happens at level 3 and so on and so forth, right? That's pretty cool. That's actually something I'm glad I didn't miss completely. I missed it to begin with, but it's okay. It's all good. So then we have her tier 2 passive, increases guaranteed dodge, gives her super armor. That's pretty cool. And then all defense. I like because she has a couple skills that kind of root her. Super armor is nice. Then we have the 1 skill, pretty basic. 2 skill, she has lightning resistance decrease, and it actually works in World Boss. That's cool. I wish they had given one of these skills like the poison resistance decrease things that works in World Boss to Shadow Shell. Nonetheless, the Blue Dragon has something amazing here. The freeze Shadowland basically doesn't apply on World Boss, but it is nice. And then we have a buff here on her forward skill, which gives her attack speed, and crit rate for 5 seconds. And she gets 5 seconds of immunity. That's pretty cool. That's going to be on an 8-second cooldown with max skill cooldown. So not too bad there. And then her passive is down here, right? Really weird. Again, you can tell this is a test server, right? So moving on, her 4-star passive is actually really, really nice, and it's being augmented by her tier 2 passive. Okay, so increases her all attack by 20%, defenses by 20%, and all speed by 5%. That is really good. And then we have her 5th skill here, lightning resistance decrease stacks up to 40%. She has invincibility here to go along with her damage immunity. Definitely feels like a leader. And Warriors of the Sky, whoo, wow. This is an amazing leadership. So basically she has a leadership similar to Mr. Fantastic with a 65% all attack. However, when debuffed, applies to Warriors of the Sky allies, remove all debuffs for 5 seconds, and it is a 23-second cooldown. That is actually really good. That's actually really good. So like in World Boss, which is where you're probably going to use a character like her, when she gets debuffed by like poison or like the blade twister or something, she can take that away every 23 seconds. That's pretty cool. The only thing she's really missing here is like a heal, but we'll have to play with her a little bit and see how things flush out with her. But I'm liking it. Then we have the White Tiger. My guy looking beastly, honestly. Jeez, okay, let's get over the visuals. Let's take a look at his Earth Shatter, and this gives him invincibility, and it's all defense decrease, but it doesn't apply on World Boss. That sucks. For an attack like this, right, from a mythical creature, it definitely should apply in World Boss, right? So that's already something I don't like. And then we have his tier 2 passive, super armor, all defense, and it is augmenting his 4-star passive. We'll take a look at that in a second. And we have the 1 skill, pretty basic, 2 skill, pretty basic, 3 skill, a stun, pretty basic, 4th skill. This is the coolest looking skill in his kit, in my opinion, right? I'm gonna be having so much fun. You're gonna hear me go crazy every time I use this, probably for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Not even gonna lie to you, right? Anyways, it does bleed damage, doesn't matter, doesn't apply on World Boss. Then we have a nice attack buff here and a nice crit rate buff as well. Lasts 10 seconds with a 18-second cooldown, which means every 9 seconds you can put this up, so you can keep this up all the time. That is pretty cool. Then we have his 5th skill. Wow, lots of debuffs here, none applying World Boss. That's unfortunate. So stun, fear, bind, and immunity. That is cool. So I think, I'm thinking a rotation right now, and I would want to cancel this, but the immunity is on it, so I don't know. We'll have to play around with him and see. Let's take a look at his passive here. Ooh, yes, this is awesome. So when he's below 99% HP, he recovers 3% of max HP for what? Yes, that's dope. I was gonna say, like, with no iframes and only the invincibility, it could be pretty dicey to play him, but I like the fact that he has a heal and he has super armor. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with him. You're gonna see me face tank a lot with him. We don't even need to give him immunity to guard break. We're just gonna go ape shit with him. We're gonna give him like crit damage and stuff and see how that flushes out. Lame leadership. Okay, let me not say lame leadership. New player leadership. This is a leadership that is basically just for new players. Oh yeah, let me show you guys where you can acquire this guy. So it says in the shop, and I'll check it out and show you guys that you can get him from Bio Selector in a sec. And I'll show you guys where you get her as well. So it says in the shop for her, and for her, I will show you guys what it says. We'll come back and take a look at all of where you can acquire them in a second. Okay, so last one we got to take a look at is the Syrian Sunbird. Now I'll show you guys the location for him, and you won't be surprised because he's the one that I was really hyped for, and there's some interesting things about him. So you can get him from the monthly Bio Selector. Okay, he's the paywall, the hard paywall, the one that requires you to spend some moolah. Okay, let's actually go ahead and take a look at his skill. So this, as you can see, fire resistance down, doesn't apply on World Boss. And next up, the second level right here, it removes all debuffs. And again, increases the fire resistance down, which doesn't apply on World Boss, which is pretty lame. Anyways, moving on, his tier 2 passive, guaranteed dodge, fire resistance increase, that's pretty cool. And he has that Sabertooth / Namor passive, like tier 2 passive, which increases his critical damage by 100% on critical attacks. That's pretty cool. Looks like he might be a heavy hitter, so we'll have to watch out for that. Right, then 1 skill is pretty basic. 2 skill, fire resistance down, that applies in World Boss, and a heal, that is pretty cool. Not sure why the fire resistance decrease didn't get applied to this, but it got applied to this. You would think it would be applied to this, since this is a way more well, I don't want to say more powerful, but it seems like it, in theory, it should be a more powerful attack. Right. Anyways, moving on, we are going to take a look at his 3rd skill, and you can see just a stun there, a little bit of fire damage, nothing to write home about. And then we have an interesting little thing here. When dead, applies the Warriors of the Sky ally. Yeah, revive with 50% HP. See, the thing is, I'm not sure if when he's dead, he's reviving the other members or reviving himself, or both. They need to be a little bit more, like, I guess, like straightforward with this, because I'm kind of confused. Right, it says applies the Warriors of the Sky allies when dead, revive with 50% of their HP. See, does this mean it will apply to him as well, or just the members of the Warriors of the Sky? That's what I want to know. I'm kind of confused on that, and I will be doing a little bit of testing later on in the next couple of days to find out how it works. Then we have paralysis here for 2 seconds. It does apply on World Boss, so that is good. And then we have his 5th skill, a lot of burn damage and fire resistance that applies in World Boss Ultimate. That's pretty cool. Plus invincibility. The Syrian Sunbird is definitely looking like an interesting character, not even gonna lie. Leadership is where they disappointed me. Next, we're going to take a look at how you acquire the other characters. I want to touch on the uniforms, but I don't want to make these videos like 40 minutes long, so I'll touch on where you can find the other characters, and in a follow-up video I will show you guys the uniforms and all that good stuff. So just give me a sec here, boys. All right, guys, so for those of you guys who are curious in regards to the characters and where you can acquire them, you can see for yourself right here, all of the new additions or at the bottom, we have the War Tiger here. He can be acquired for free from Shadowland selectors. Any character that can be attained from the free hero chest can be acquired from a Shadowland chest or a Shadowland bio selector. So you can see Shadow Shell will be attainable through Shadowland selectors, and so will the War Tiger. That means that the paywall in this update is the Syrian Sunbird, and Blue Dragon is presumably going to be a crystal lock character. We do have some packages in the store, and her price seems to be the same as Iceman and Emma Frost. So keep that in mind. It seems as though the Blue Dragon is actually going to be a crystal lock character. I don't want to expose the packages right now just because I don't know how much I'm allowed to show, and I don't know if these prices are going to remain the same. So I don't want to create chaos and turmoil in the community by showing you these prices, and then I don't know, the update drops, they lower them, they change it, all that good stuff. All right, boys, so we're gonna wrap it up right here. I just wanted to give you guys a first look at the characters, how you acquire them, what their skill effects currently are, and from there we'll take a look at the uniforms in the next one, and then we'll start doing a little bit of gameplay testing. Hope the video was informative. If it was, let me know in the comments. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me. Till next time, stay safe. I love you guys. Peace out.